Right, hi guys. Welcome to Steve's Magnet Fishing and Milk Detecting and Nature and Fishing channel. Today we're going to try and get a hangout started. Mark's having a little bit of problem trying to get on at the moment. I think because he doesn't have a G Plus page and he needs a G Plus, so he needs to create that so I can get him on here. If anyone's got a G Plus and want to come on a hangout and have a chat, feel free to. Be interested to meet some of you, talk to some of you, get to know a little bit about you. And just generally have a little chat. But you know, with hangouts, there is always going to be some kind of like technical issue or someone can't get in or whatever, so just bear with us. We will try to get Mark on here, and then if anyone else wants to come on and have a chat, let me know and I'll send you an invite. But you do need a G Plus page to get on. You don't have a G Plus page, then you can't get on the hangout. With YouTube, you can actually create your own videos, but to join hangouts, you need a G Plus. So if you haven't got a G Plus and you want to come on a hangout, you need to go and create a G Plus page. I don't know. So Mark said he can't get on. It's not working. Don't know why. I've seen like a G Plus Mark's Magnet Fishing and Milk Detecting. That's a G Plus page. I sent him an invite on that one. Maybe he's not connected to that one. I don't know. But I told him he needs a G Plus page. So until he does a G Plus page, it ain't gonna work. Mary, I'll send you a moderator. For those who are watching, the moderators here are from my other channel. Been getting a lot of trolls, so any trolls come in and start causing trouble, just ignore them. My moderators will deal with their asses. I've sent out a link to a few people. I've even posted on Facebook. I'm not saying that we're going to get a good stream tonight. Might only last 5 minutes, but at least I've tried. I wanted to try to get as many people on here to say hello, get to know them, generally ask a couple of questions on how they got into magnet fishing, what kind of equipment they're using, and just generally have a little gathering kind of thing. So I can't get out and meet people at the present moment because it costs too much money. So if you can't get on the hangout, then you're more than welcome to sit on the side chat and have a chat, about magnet fishing. Because it's what the channel is about, magnet fishing today. It's not paranormal. It's not about, your neighbours or cooking or anything like that. It's about magnet fishing. I've had a few likes on here, so maybe people are watching. If you want to come on and chat and you can't get on Hangout, just sit on a chat and type, and I'll ask you some questions and you can reply through chat. That's okay. As I say, Magnet Mark's having problems trying to get on. He doesn't have a Google Plus account, which he needs to create to get on here, and that goes for anyone. You need a Google Plus account to get on the Hangout. Quick shout outs though, quickly to a few people. I Detect, that's Brad, Just Dash, Raven Girl, MFA, Magnet Mark, Blazing Magnets, Bastic G, Black Raven, Nuggeton, Ag Trigger, Miss Finger, and all those I've left comments or messages on Facebook and I've not said your name. Hello everyone. Hey Blazing Magnets, how's it going? If you want to come on, you need a G Plus, and I can send you an invite if you want to join the hangout. Be interesting to have a little chat with you. most of the people here are from my other channel, because I do paranormal investigating. So all the moderators here are from that channel. Been getting a lot of trolls on my other channel lately, so if any trolls do come on, I do apologise. You know, trolls will be trolls. Trying to get Mark to get on that moment, but Mark's having problems. Let me see if you got the G Plus page. No, I don't see a G Plus on you. Let's see if I can find another way. Go to there. Blazing panels. No, I can't find a blazing magnet on G Plus. But you know, you're more than welcome to sit on the side chat and have a chat with us. I watched the video with Raven Girl and MFA. That was nasty what they'd done, you know, with their megaphone. This is the river control, you know, we command you to put your magnets down. And there's you going, nah, that's not going to happen. I think that's naughty. It's funny, but naughty. I hope you get that, your back. I just hope you get to do something back to them, yeah, because that was like funny but naughty, you know. That's nasty. I see that they've actually have met you, and they've also kind of like met just Ash and Brad and a few other people. Now, I'd like to got up and met some of you as well at the club, but I just couldn't get up there, you know, funding wise, and it's a shame really, because I would like to meet up with some of you guys. But yeah, like, you know, I was hoping to get some of you on here to just have a general chat to find out, you know, how you got into magnet fishing, what kind of like magnets are you using, what rope do you use, you know, where do you go magnet fishing? If you want to disclose some of the locations, that's up to you. What's your best magnet finds, you know? That's mainly what it's all about, really. Yeah, I hope you do get them back, because they bloody deserve it. You know, when I first watching Raven Girl, yeah, I felt sorry for the cameraman. I said, hey, you know, how about you asking her to let you have a go at magnet fishing? And I thought, you know, MFA was her dad. But he put me right. He goes, I'm not her dad. I'm a grandfather. I thought, oh, shit. He goes, no, that's all right. So he does look quite young, actually. And, like, you know, I do like watching these videos. And I'm pretty sure, like, sometimes he's kind of a little bit happy to be out doing his own magnet fishing without Raven Girl going, let's do that. You know, she cracks me up when she does that. Let's do that, or let's do this. And I like it when Brad and Just Dash starts taking the piss out of her, you know. But I'd be a bit careful with Raven Girl, because she is a boxer, isn't she? And, you know, I wouldn't like to tangle with a female boxer. No, my luck, one hit, she'll knock me out. But I actually use different types of magnets. I started off with a little 20 kilogram magnet, actually. I didn't bring any of my gear out because I can't be asked, to be honest, but it's only a small one, probably about that big. For some reason, my YouTube's not working properly. If you're getting a lag and you've got the spin circle, just refresh it. But I started off with a little 20 kilo magnet, which cost me about £6-7 off eBay. Yeah, you know, I've never met them, but, you know, they seem like nice people, actually. But as I say, I bought like a little 20 kilo magnet to start off with, and I wasn't catching nothing. So I went out and bought a bigger one, a 68 kilo, and I was catching a crap load of stuff. You know, I was pulling out knives, carving knives, pen knives, fishing tackle. I was pulling out bullets. If you ever get down to London Bridge, not London Bridge, the Thames, Kingston, there's a load of stuff down there. I was pulling out shopping trolleys, I've only met up with one magnet fishing person, and I don't know if you know him. That's the Fun Brothers. I met the father, Alan, because he lost his magnet over on the Thames, and I was trying to find out roughly where he'd lost it, because I've been in that location as well. And I said to him, if I ever go up there, I'll try looking for it for you. And when I got there, you know, kept looking at the video, trying to track where he actually lost his magnet. And I actually did get it back for him. I brought it home and I contacted him and I said, hey, I got your magnet, guy. And, you know, he's like over the moon. And we made an arrangement to meet up, which we did do. Guy was a bit late, but he did actually turn up. And I replaced, you know, I gave him his magnet back. And he gave me a couple of cans of Foster's for doing it. He gave me a little gravity hook as well, which I've used. But over the River Thames, you know, I was pulling out knives, bullets, cut load of coins, load of junk metal stuff. I pulled out like about 6 trolleys near Kingston Bridge, and further up the river, where I actually met Alan, the Fun Brother, I pulled out 8 bikes in one day, because it was like, you know, well, there were so many bikes in there, it was unbelievable. And I even pulled out an old door from one of the canal boats, because it had metal on it, and I pulled that out, and that took a lot of, like, you know, energy out of me to get that damn thing out. Pulling out, you know, well, we always pull out, come on, I bet you've even pulled them out, scaffolding poles and scaffolding bolts. You know, I've pulled out so many of those, it's unbelievable. So yeah, I started doing it, so I was going through, you know, quite a lot of stress and everything, and they said, well, you know, if you get yourself hobbying, get out a bit more, that like will help you out, which you did do. So I've been doing magnet fishing about a year. Yeah, it's good. Like, you know, I have been watching some of your videos. I don't get time to watch everyone's videos, but I do watch Raven Girl, MFA. I watch Magnet Marks some of the times when he's streaming. I've been trying to get Magnet Mark on here, but he can't get on. What I will do, but I've got to be a bit careful about it. If you can get on and you want to join in, you know, the Hangout, there's the Hangout link. Okay, but I've got to be a bit careful, because the trolls coming, they might be able to get me off my own bloody channel. So I've got to be kind of careful. And I have been getting trolls left, right, and centre on my paranormal channel. So I do ghost hunting. I'm a paranormal investigator as my main hobby. So, you know, I've always wondered if some of the stuff that we get at the rivers and lakes could possibly be haunted. So, you know, I always try to, like, do a little bit of research on the item, and, you know, just do a little session on anything I might think could have possibly been used as a murder weapon or something, yeah. But I've never really had anything come through any object that I've pulled out. You know, I've been pulling out musket balls as well. Got a load of musket balls over at the River Wandle. Coinage wise, I've probably pulled out about 30. Hello, Tesson. I pulled out probably about £30 worth in change. And although Tesson is not a magnet fisher yet, she's from Sweden. I've actually seen a picture, and she lives near a lake. And I tell you, man, I'd love to do that lake. I bet there's stacks of stuff in there. Oh, I'd love to get over there and do magnet fishing over there for a couple of days. Really nice big lake, and it's got some woodland. Now, I don't know if you do metal detecting as well, but I've started doing metal detecting, and I've been finding like some pretty interesting things, like, you know, old coinage, King George, Queen Elizabeth, Victoria, you know. Earliest one I think is about 1880, something like that. Been pulling out a few bullets from the ground, but people started like bitching and batting, saying, "Oh, you don't report, right? You know, I'm going to report you because you got a bullet in your house." Well, I did actually report it to the police, and they came down and collected the bullet. But I know some of you guys have found bullets. What do you do with your bullets? Do you keep them or do you hand them in? Like, who is it? I think it is Brad. He pulled out a bomb, didn't he, at one time? And someone else actually pulled a mortar. I think it was a mortar bomb just recently, and they had to like contact the authorities, and they had to come down and like with the old bomb squad. So that kind of thing I would bring home. But bullets, you know, you can't use the bullets unless you've got a gun that actually fires them bullets, and usually them bullets are no good anyway because like the percussion cap's missing. So why people will start being like nasty and bitchy saying I'm going to report you because you've got bullets in your house, you know, I think it is illegal to have bullets, but only if they are fireable. You know, if you can fire it from some means, like one of the weapons, or whack it with a hammer because it's a live bullet, then you ain't supposed to have them. You are meant to like report them. But to me, like, you know, I've got a lot of musket balls. I found 8 musket balls yesterday, and you don't need to report those because you can't use them. You can't fire them.
You find more of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I like to get one of those double-sided magnets actually as well, to be honest with you. They look pretty good. They look strong. But, you know, the thing is, with any magnet, if you're on the river or canal and you've got all that damn metal siding and you get, you know, hooked up with that, it's a pain getting them off half the time. I try to do, I have permission on Clapham Common, and I'm the only one who's got permission to do it. And there's 3 lakes on there. And I've pulled out like a little kiddie's bike, scooter, safe doors. I've actually got 3 bags of costume jewelry out there as well, which had credit cards and coins in. The day I found those 3 bags of costume jewelry, which had credit cards in, lucky enough, a police car was just coming across the common, and I waved him down and I told him, and he took the cards, but he didn't take the costume jewelry. He said, "Well, either keep it or bin it." I kept it because I think some of them must be worth a little bit of money, I suppose. Rose, stop your bloody spamming.
Hi, Rose.
How much are the double-sided Blazing Saddles? Blazing Magnet, Blazing Saddles. That's that bloody movie I'm talking about. I don't know what your name is. Sorry, you'll have to let me know what your name is. But how much are those double-sided magnets? So I probably would get one, but I don't want to get like a big one, like a 400, 500k one. I'll probably go for like 200 because like I don't want to be like hitting on something very heavy and I can't pull it in on my own, and I'm going to have to like leave the magnet behind, you know, because magnets ain't, it's, you know, cheap. Some of them are bloody expensive unless you get sponsors that give them to you. Now, I've only been sponsored once, but the way the guy had done it, he said, look, you know, I started doing magnets and I'm doing them in the UK. When I do them in the UK, I'll let you know, which he did do. And he goes, the only way I can sponsor you is to buy, you to go on my Amazon page, buy it, do a review, and then I'll refund you. And that's what he did do. But I was a bit concerned at first, well, what if I buy it and he doesn't refund me? But he did refund me. And he has told me that he's got a new magnet. But it's just one of those like ones with the bolt on. It's not double-sided one. It's just a normal one. And it's like £55. Now, if I had the money, I could buy it, and I know I'm going to get refunded on it. But, you know, funding-wise is like kind of difficult at the moment. Now, I've just got 2 metal detectors. So, 55 for 200 double-sided, ain't too bad. Hello, Magnet Marks. Looks like you can't get on, mate. At least you tried. Let's try it another night. I'll work with you and getting it working, but you do need a G+ page to be invited. You know, if you ain't got a G+ page, you can't get on the Hangout. So I'll try to work with you on that one night, so you get on Hangouts. I think if you was to do a stream, you would be able to invite me, no problem. As long as you got my G Plus page added as like, on a friend list or something. But yeah, I do like those double-sided magnets, but I just can't get one at the moment. And to be honest with you, I'm not going to be doing too much magnet fishing this year. I'm going to try to do a lot more metal detecting. But there will be times where I will do magnet fishing and metal detecting on the same day, kind of like split in half. But as I say, like with Clapham Common, I'm the only one who's got permission. No one else is allowed to do it. But if someone wanted to come down and do the lakes with me, I'm pretty sure it'd be okay. As long as I've got permission from the actual landowner. I've asked him if I can do metal detecting, but he can't say yes or no because he's got to go to someone at the higher ranks to ask him. I phoned him up this week and he goes, he's been on vacation, so I need to ring him next week. I'm just hoping I can get, permissions for doing metal detecting on there. But yeah, I've pulled out costume bags of jewelry, fishing tackle, loads of coins, like the 1s, 2s, 5s and 10s. I pulled out a massive road sign. I've pulled out like one of the standard newspaper rack things. I pulled out 2 remote control boats. One of them's a big battleship one, and one's like a little speedboat one. Because the one I normally do is the old boating lake, but I use it for like keeping the fish in there, like stocking the fish up. And no one's really allowed to fish on it apart from the bailiffs. But I have permission to do magnet fishing on there, and I've been normally going in there with me wadies because as you're going into the lake, it does kind of like get deeper and deeper, and if you go into the middle, it gets up to about your neck height. And it has got, it's actually got a lot of like soot and, soft sand in it, and it can actually like suck you in a little bit, and it can be sometimes difficult to get back out unless you've got a boat. But, I do like doing that, but I've done a lot on the River Wandle, where I live, down near Merton, and I've pulled out musket balls, I've pulled out so much crap metal, iron bars, all different shapes and sizes, push bikes, kid scooters, so much unusual stuff. It's unbelievable, but I can't bring it home because I don't drive, and I wouldn't really want to bring too much stuff home because I don't want my place getting too much cluttered. As it is, it's cluttered as it is. But no, I'll turn my light on. You'll have to excuse the mess. Excuse the mess, but this bag here is actually full of musket balls. No, these are the biggest ones I've found. Let me find a better one. This is the biggest musket ball I've pulled out, and that's with my magnet. People will turn around and say, well, musket balls were made out of lead. Well, in the early 1800s, 1700s, they were made out of lead. But by research, which I did do, lead become a little bit difficult to find. But iron was plentiful in the early 1800s. So what they've done, they kind of mixed lead and iron together, and it didn't really work out. So they decided to make iron musket balls and iron cannonballs, and that's the biggest one, or one of the biggest ones I've actually found. And I've got like a few of these. I've been finding these kind of disc things, all different shapes and sizes. The biggest one I found was probably about that big, but I didn't bring it home. I just left it there. You've got different shapes and sizes. I do not know what these are. I know they're not coins. I pulled this out, and I do not know what the hell it is. I thought it was a bullet, but it's not. It's shaped like one, but if you look, it's got like a hole inside, and the hole is actually like drilled, because it's actually got like the drill holes in. But, you know, I don't know what the hell that is. I can't even find anything on there.
Steve, I think that is something who goes to a door.
No, it's not a door. No,
Not to a door. Okay.
no, it's not a door. It's some kind of machine manufactured thing. You've got the where you got, it's like a screw. You know, when you screw in, you've got the rim inside it. It's actually got like a rim inside the thing. Just recently, if I can find it, which I can't find, which is good. I actually found 2 of those, by the way, same size but different parts of the river, and I do not know what the hell they are. But just recently, because I started up melt detecting, my first, well, not my first bullet, but my first oldest bullet, apart from musket balls. So I've been finding these different shapes and size musket balls. Don't even see those. These ones. I found 8 of those yesterday. But earlier in the week, I found my first ever Civil War round ball, as accurate trigger would call them, round ball. And that was in a wooded area. And not far from that, I was finding musket balls. So, you know, it's surprising what you can find in the river with a magnet and with a metal detector. So if you ain't got a metal detector, you know, it'd be worth getting one. I got this one for my sister. If I can get it off the bloody side. And it works pretty well. And you get these off eBay for £50. And some of the musket balls I actually found with this. I have got another metal detector in the kitchen, which I'll quickly go and grab. This one you can split in half. Both of them you can actually like split in half, but I've got this one as well, which I've got off Amazon for 120. Now this one, I left the batteries turned on. This one actually has like a digital readout. They both have digital readouts, but that one has a bar, while this one actually says like the numbers. Like it tells you the depth, like 22, 44, 90. I've been getting like 99s, top on the scale. And I've been finding quite some interesting stuff with metal detectors. Now, if you've got a river next to...
Steve,
yeah,
Rose want the ranch.
Yeah, if you get... if you go into a location where you've got a river and a forest next to it, you know, all those people that lived there, you know, whether it been Romans, Vikings, Romans, Vikings, Normans, whatever, you know, they must have lived nearby a river. And when they're like manufacturing their swords, and you know, in the Victorian days, you know, if they lived near a river, I'm pretty sure, you know, they lost a lot of stuff in rivers as well as like on land. So that's why I decided to get a melt detector, because like it's not just much magnet fishing in the river. You know, you do find a lot of stuff, but you don't find the older stuff like the coins. And I've been finding some of the old King George coins lately, and the old Victoria ones.
Steve, Rose asking after a ranch.
I've done Rose Wrench.
Okay, good.
So yeah, like, you know, I would like to get to know some of you, you know, on a hangout. If you ever want to come on, you know, you don't have to do it now, but if you fancy having to chat sometime, You know, you can do it on your own channel. You know, if you want to invite me, I'll come and chat to you, because I would like to get to know some of you actually, and maybe we can share, you know, some of our finds. You know, give some people, you know, places where you can come, because like where I live, the River Wandle, there's so much stuff in there which, you know, not like, you know, shopping carts and like bikes and stuff like that, but you will find, you know, like musket balls and probably I found a lot like a little Dinger. Well, it's a Dinger. I found this in the River Wandle, and that's one of the old kind of guns I used to put in their vest, you know, more gamblers kind of thing, you know. And someone said that's a cat gun. No, that's not a cat gun. That is a real gun, but it's missing the barrel. You know, it's missing the handle grips. You know, the trigger is so welded in, it's not going to be ever used again. And I actually spoke to a police officer. Is this illegal to have? He said no, because that's more like a relic. You know, it's history. You're okay with that. If it was a natural, you know, complete with like, you know, the barrel, and you was able to like pull the trigger back and fire it, then that would be illegal. But that's not illegal. That's a relic. Just like the musket balls, they're old, they're relic. They can't be fired unless you've got a musket. And install, if you've got a musket gun, you need a license. And I don't need a license because I don't have a musket gun. So, you know, and people say to me, like, what do you do with your finds? I keep them because it's history. So what do you do with your finds, Mark? What do you do with your finds? Blades and magnets. What do you do with your finds? Do you keep them? Do you keep them for history, or do you like just keep them for your own personal use, or, you know, do you sell them on eBay? You know, what do you do with them? So I know with a lot of stuff I've got, I can't really do much with them. You know, I just keep them, and I might even do a giveaway at some time, like give away a couple of musket balls on like a little competition or something. Give away some of the coins I might find, you know, and that will hopefully attract a few more viewers to my channel that way. And I always like and share other people's videos, because I think more people that come to our kind of like grouping, being magnet fishing or metal detecting, it gets a lot more people interested in the hobby, I suppose. Now, a year ago, when I started magnet fishing, I never heard of it. I didn't even know what magnet fishing was. It was only because I was looking for some fishing channels. I come across one channel, and I was sitting there watching. I thought, this ain't fishing. You know, what is he doing? And he was throwing a magnet in the river. I thought, that's interesting. So I started going through YouTube and doing searches of magnet fishing. And when I saw, you know, the kind of stuff that was being pulled out, that hooked my interest. And that's how I started doing it. I went and bought a magnet, little 20 kilo one. It wasn't really pulling much up, just a few coins and scrap, like nails and bolts and shit like that. So I went and bought myself a 60 kilo one. And I started pulling out little tricycles, bikes, you know, crap loads of iron bars, construction stuff, nails, hammers. I've got a couple of axes in the cupboard. I do like getting the favourite things I like getting, the musket balls, but my main one, I like getting keys. I don't know why, I just like finding keys, and also like padlocks. I've only ever pulled one complete safe out, but that was open, and that had a couple of keys in and about 8 pence in change. I pulled a really big iron safe door out over at Clapham Common, but I just like seeing what you can find, because you don't know what you can find. You don't know, you know, the history behind them. Who made the key? Who made the musket ball? No, who owned the gun. There's always like a story behind each object you find. You know, with some of the stuff you found, you know, it's been kind of crazy in some of the stuff you find. And I'm thinking, well, do they research that stuff? You know, do they take it home? Do they research it? You know, because it'd be interesting to see some people actually doing a video on actually researching some of the things they do find in the river, because no one knows exactly what they do with them stuff. So if you was like to say like, well, I found a cannonball and it had some kind of marking on it, yeah, it'd be interesting to find out. You can find out who produced that cannonball, what company, you know, what does the marking mean, and you can find out there's a story behind it. It'd be interesting to find out a little bit about that story, because everything, you know, that you pull out of the river has got a story to it. The only thing I wouldn't bother is like with like knives, I suppose, like carving knives. Pen knives I might do, but carving knives, you know, knife and forks, unless it's got like some kind of hallmark on the knife or fork, you know, silver plate or something, then I might look into it and find out who produced it, manufactured it, you know, because it might have been actually made for a wealthy family or something, you know. Might have a coat of arms on it. Be interested to find out what coat of arms was. Hello, Susan. Susan's one of my other moderators, so I need to add Susan. Who else is in there? The reason why I'm modding people, yeah, because of the trolls. And I don't want trolls to keep coming on here. But it seems like Mark and Blazing Magnets have gone quiet. Well, Blazing Magnet, every penny counts. You know, if I've got probably about £20 worth of coins in my kitchen, still rusted up, I can't find any real good way of cleaning the coins up. Sometimes I might put it in a tumbler, and some of them come out a lot nicer. Some of them will just get worn down completely, and you can't, you know, see the heads or the dates on the coins. But yeah, I've got, well, I'm not saying it's a big box, but I'll show you. This is one of my ice cream tubs. You see how big that is? Look, that's all coins in there. Coin, 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 coin. Apart from that and that and a key and a washer and that weird thing which has got metal in it. But all these are coins. Some of the old pound coins I've got from metal detecting. I don't know what that is. I think there might be a coin actually inside that rusty thing. I don't know. But I'm trying to find a way of actually getting these cleaned up. There are ways, like people say, use vinegar. Use vinegar and salt. A lot of people say use Coca-Cola. I've tried all that, and none of it works. The only thing that does work is sticking it in a little tumbler with some fine grind material, and just let it run for about half an hour, and that does clear quite a bit of the rust off. But sometimes they come out like new, so you can see, you know, the actual thing.
Is that a coin?
Yeah. Some of them will come out like that. But
oh,
will still have that horrible crust on it. Now, I've been told, which I've not done yet, is to just get a hammer, put the coin on the floor and just whack it, and that'll clear off a lot of the, you know, the horrible rusty kind of stuff. But, you know, it still has some of that kind of horrible grind on it. Once you do knock it, you know, get a hammer, not all it's going to come off. So, you know, still need to find ways of getting that little bit of nitty gritty off kind of thing. So, but I did actually get, I didn't buy these, but I actually did get some old Civil War bullets off eBay, which I was interested, but I never knew I'd actually find one myself, which I did do the other day, and I was really happy with that. One of the better finds I found, apart from my little Dillinger.
Wait a minute, what was that?
What?
That you hold up?
That's a gun, an old Victorian gun.
Oh.
I think I was left. I think they probably got bored of me. But yeah, like, you know, I enjoyed doing magnet fishing. I enjoyed doing metal detecting. It's something to do, get out. You know, I'm not sitting indoors, moping, watching TV. You know, try to stop thinking of what's going on. You know, get away from the stupidity of the trolls and the haters out there, and just have a bit of a fun time out there. You know, because you know, this can be relaxing, but it can also be a bit painful because like you're bending down. You know, you're trying to pull something heavy in from the river, and you know you don't know what you're going to be pulling in. You know, you might pull in something which has got metal in it to weigh it down, and there could be a bloody body in it. You know, you just don't know what you're going to be pulling out the river one day with a magnet or a grappling hook. And I know Just Ash uses a grappling hook, and he's lost it a couple of times, but recovered it. You know, you just don't know what you're going to pull out of a river, and it could probably be very scary and frightening to pull out a body.
Oh yeah. Jesus.
So, but yeah, it's nice that Mark and Blazing Magnet came on for a little while. I think they might have gone, probably got bored of me chatting. But I would have invited, you know, I did try to get them on, but well, I tried to get Mark on, but failed. But if you can sort out your accounts and get a G+ account sorted out, we can always try it again another day. If you're up for it. But thanks for coming on anyway. I did have a message. I did say to a couple of people on my other channel that I might be going down the Thames today, but because I didn't get to bed till, what time was it? 7 o'clock this morning. I didn't get up till 4 o'clock, so it weren't worth me going to the Thames because the tide would have been in. I need to go down there when the tide's out. And I'm not saying I would have took my milk detector, because some parts of the river you can't use a milk detector, it's against the law. If you get caught using a milk detector, you can be arrested and, you know, possibly prosecuted and have your milk detector confiscated. But, you know, I do some research on where you can use a metal detector. A magnet, no problem whatsoever, because there's no rules that you can or can't use a magnet on the River Thames. You know, there's part of the River Thames where you can only go with a little trowel and like scrape away. There's parts on the River Thames where you can't even lift a boulder or a rock because it's protected on certain parts of the River Thames. And there's part of the River Thames where you can actually use a milk detector. Now I know with Blackfriars you can actually milk detect and just like, you know, use your eyes and walk around and see what you can find. That's okay, but further down you're not allowed to do anything down there. You know, you might be able to walk along the beach with the river's out, but that's it. Well, probably might be going out tomorrow, Saturday, but where I don't know yet. I will probably go down the River Thames next week sometime. Just got to check on the tidal waves, the tidal times. But, yeah, you know, so I started magnet fishing about a year ago, and that's just by seeing someone doing it on, you know, YouTube, and it got me interested. So I bought like a couple of magnets have been there, and then I thought about milk detecting. So I did have a milk detector about a year and a half ago, but it's one of the cheap ones from Argus, and the first day I went out, it broke, and I ended up with massive blisters. But I was trying to dig up this unusual thing which I never did get dug up, and I just left it, and I didn't think I'd be interested in milk detecting again. But just recently, I thought I'd give it another go, and I'm glad that I did do it, because I'm getting like coins, I'm getting musket balls. You know, might find some rings next, you know, gold rings or Saxon Roman stuff, you know. And if I do, you know, I will keep it. I'm not going to sell it. Like, it's all history to me. And, you know, the problem here in the UK, there ain't much history around there anyway, because it's all like, you know, London, you know, all over the UK. Old buildings have been knocked down and renovated with new buildings being erected, and it's a shame, really. You know, you might see the odd, you know, old church on protected ground, the old buildings protected by certain groups, but even those sometimes get bought out, and you know, developments come along and build on old sacralism ground and whatever, I can't even pronounce it, but you know what I mean, like, you know, old Roman ruins and Saxon sites. And
That was I was thinking of, that because the Romans was over in on England,
yeah,
and yeah, and I think it must be much actually from the Romans in the ground.
well, Romans went everywhere. They were like
They-
dominated, weren't they? They went everywhere and like slaughtered a lot of people.
yeah,
Only until like Christianity turned them, I suppose, and then like, you know, things settled down a little bit. But I'd like to go down to where my sister Denise lives in Bexley and go and do Jordan's Wood, because I'm pretty sure there might be some really interesting finds over there, especially where I caught that apparition on camera. If I can go there during the daytime, because my nephew Warren would have to take me there during the day, because I wouldn't know how to get there again. I like to go there with my milk detector and see what we can find. I'm pretty sure that there's artifacts there what we can probably find. There is like a little couple of lakes in there, but not massive lakes. I don't think there'd be much in there, but you wouldn't know, like, you know, might have a lake probably about 20 by 20 foot, you know. You throw your magnet in, you might pull out like a Roman sword or a Saxon sword or some kind of like, you know, artifact, you know. You just don't know what could be there.
I was thinking of that.
Aye?
Huh?
What did you say? What did you say?
No, I was thinking of that. If you could find, you know, more from the Romans, something long back in time, you know.
Yeah, well, like, you know, people are finding stuff.
Yeah. Jesus.
What's the name? Blazing Magnets put a new video up, which I'll watch afterwards. So if you want to check that out, that's the link to it. I'll go and watch that after. I'm going to actually be closing this down in a minute, because you know, it didn't work out as well as I wanted it to do. You know, Magnet Mark couldn't get on. You know, Blazing Magnets just came on solo. No one else turned up, so you know, was it worth me doing it really? I just wanted to try to get a few people on and start a little kind of like streaming event, and hopefully it would have worked out and everyone could be doing it, you know. But looks like it failed. At least I tried.
No, I love this. To see what you find and everything, and
Yeah,
what you're going and
at least it brings a few people in, and like they can come and chat. You know, it doesn't have to be about magnet fishing and like milk detecting. You know, it brings them together, and maybe it might change their mind. You know, maybe they see some of the stuff that we find and think, "Wow, you know, that's interesting."
yeah,
and get a milk detector. You know, it's just not men who goes out magnet fishing and doing melt detecting. You know, blazing magnets. There's the guy and 2 females that are doing magnet fishing. You got Raven Girl who does magnet fishing. I've been watching a female who does melt detecting, and the find that she finds is like crazy. And
but you said
she's got permission to do like special farms, and she found some really old coins the other day.
Wow.
In good condition, which she was surprised at, you know, because I suppose, you know, the different types of earth and the oxidization of the earth, I suppose, can sometimes like keep a coin in very good condition, but on certain parts of, you know, different locations, you can find a coin which is in really crappy, rusty condition, like that, and you could probably move 10 foot over, and you know the earth could be in a better kind of state, and you might find a coin like that, like a 20p piece, which is in near perfect condition.
Wow.
You know, so 10 feet away you got a rusty one, next one you got a better one, but it also depends on the metal of the coin. You know, what kind of alloys are in the coin, and if the earth can actually preserve a coin, then it will do whatever it can, you know. But you know, there's people out there who's found hoards of like gold, you know, Norman, Roman, and like, you know, it's all mostly been on farmland, and that's what I'm trying to get is permission on farmland. But there ain't no farms in this area because I live in bloody London, and London, it's all fucking structures. You know, there are parks and commons which I can go on, but you know, how many people have turned around and said, well, I found a hoard of like bronze or silver or gold in a wooded area?
Yeah.
A lot of the wooded areas weren't even around. It's all mostly open field, farmland, you know, in the olden days. And that's where people used to go and hide their fucking treasures, because, like, you know, if they knew that they was going to be invaded, the villagers would like put all their stash together and they'd go and bury it before they got invaded. So when they did get invaded, you know, the invaders will go and try to steal whatever they could find. And when they found that there weren't nothing there, they'd just like say, oh, fuck it. And they'd piss off. They'd probably slaughter everyone there. And that treasure never got to be dug up by anyone from the village, because they probably got slaughtered and it got kind of forgotten over time. And some lucky bleeder's gone out and with a metal detector and found like a hoard of like Roman or Saxon treasure, you know, which has been valued at, you know, at £4 million or something, you know. Now, I'm not hoping that I would find a hoard like that. You know, I'm happy finding what I find, but it would be nice to find, you know, the odd couple of gold coins. That'd be rather nice. I did find a silver coin the other day, silver half a shilling, which made me happy, because I didn't expect to find a half a shilling, you know, especially a silver one. Now, I wasn't even too sure it was silver. It's just that when I was over there, I was on the way to go back to get a bus, and this young guy came on up to me. He goes, "Oh, you're a mech detector?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "I do the mech detecting." So really? He goes, "Yeah, like, you know, I do it over Surrey." I said, "Well, that's where I live, you know. I don't live too far from here." And he goes, "Have you got anything decent?" I said, "Well, I found a few musket balls. I found a coin. I think it's silver. I'm not sure." So I showed him it, and he goes, "Yeah, that's a silver half shilling." He goes, "Well done, mate." So I gave him one of my little hobby cards, and I said, "If you ever want to like meet up and, you know, take us on one of your permissions, I'll be very grateful." And he said, "Yeah, okay, I'll get back in touch with you sometime." He hasn't done it yet because it's only been a week, but hopefully he'll remember that he's got my card, and he'll give me a call and or an email, and then go out and do some metal detecting together. Because that's what I want to do, is meet up with other metal detectors as well as like magnet fishing people, and just go out and have a blast like I had with Alan from the Fun Buffs. I went and met up with him, returned his magnet. He paid me back by giving me a couple of cans of Foster's and a little grappling hook. We spent a couple of hours together, had a bit of fun. Enjoyable day, you know. And I now know that he's actually bought like a metal detector. I said, well, I'm going to be getting one, you know, if you want to meet up and we can go metal detecting, would you be up for it? And he said, yeah. So I'm actually going to contact him later in the week and see if he wants to meet up and go out and do some metal detecting somewhere.
That should be very good to have someone with you. I mean, not go alone.
So with the thing, like, you know, when you're metal detecting or even when you're magnet fishing, you don't know what you're going to be pulling up. And because, like, you know, we were bombed for, you know, a good amount of years by the Germans, there are still a lot of unexploded bombs in the Thames and, you know, in different locations. And as I say, I think it was, I can't remember if it was Brad or one of the other guys, they actually found, no, it wasn't Brad, it was someone else. I can't remember who it was, but it was a new channel I started watching. He found a bomb in the river and he pulled it out and he goes, oh my God, it's a bomb. And I would have left it there. I would have left my magnet there. But this guy, he didn't. He took the magnet off. He placed the bomb beside him. He carried on magnet fishing for about half an hour. Then he decides to ring the police. The police came. Then they evacuated the whole street where the river was. They asked the guy to leave. And the bomb squad came down and took the bomb away. Now, I wouldn't like to get a bomb, but if it happens, it happens, because you don't know what's in them rivers. So, like, you know, you never know what you might find in the river. You might find, but some people have actually found grenades. I've seen videos of where people found grenades, and it's probably from like where people come back from the war. They've gone to get some rest, and you know they just kind of dropped it accidentally. It's landing in the river or lake or in an open field. But there is I don't think it's Swedish. No, it's not Swedish. It's a Netherlands YouTube channel where they go around metal detecting and sometimes magnet fishing, and the things they found. They found mortars, they found guns, rifles, ammunition, bombs. They found parts of a tank, you know, kind of crazy stuff. But that you don't find here, you know, because like you'll probably find guns, ammo, weapons, you know, maybe the odd grenade and the odd bomb or something, but you won't find a tank or some kind of like vehicle here, because they've been probably like taken away during the early times and been melted down to make something new out of it, you know, like little fridge freezers or ovens or something else. But anyway, I'm going to bugger off, go and get some food. Cheers for watching. Cheers for coming on, Mark, if you're still there. Cheers for Blazing Magnets coming on and saying hello. I'm going to go and watch their channel, a new video after I've had something to eat. I kind of made Simon a little bit jealous last night. I said, I'm going to go and get something to eat. He goes, well, all I've got is like onion rings. I said, no, I've got better than that. He goes, well, what you got? I said, I've got some pork, which I'm going to fry. I'm going to put herbs in it. I'm going to melt cheese on it. And then I'm going to put in a nice little bread bun. And I'm going to cook some mushrooms, because I bought some mushrooms yesterday. And I'm going to cook the mushrooms and let them melt on the actual cheese, on the actual pork. I took a photo and I sent it to Simon. He goes, you lucky bleeder. And I think I still got it, actually. So I might probably go and cook the rest of the pork and make some more pulled pork with melted cheese and mushrooms on it. Let me see where it is. You might not actually see it properly, not this bloody phone. I'm having so much problems with the epoxy phone right now. I don't know if you can see that properly, but herb pork with melted cheese and plenty of mushrooms sprinkled over the top, all filled in a nice bread bun. So I might have that again in a minute, actually.
Your favorite?
I get fat, I know, because because of all the grease, that I don't give a shit. Yeah, I did post the link on my Facebook, but not a lot of people got it. But never mind. I tried. No one can say I didn't try, although it failed. At least I tried. Right, I'll catch you later, guys. I'll see you on the other channel probably sometime during the week. And cheers for watching. And I'll catch you later.
Yeah.
Nice. Good night. Night. Bye.
Night.